So if you take a look at these boys and girls, you can kind of see in an abstract way sort of how they resemble things in nature. If you'd like to raise your hand, share with me some of these things that you think you see that reminded him in nature. Or just tell me what you think they look like, or they resemble. Does anyone have any thoughts or ideas? Yes? Grass. Okay, excellent. So grass, tall weeds or grass. Excellent. Stacks of hay, maybe in a field. Okay. Yes?
They would have like cattails.
Okay, excellent. Cattails. Okay, so the long stem is what he was inspired by. And if you notice, the longer and looser they are, produces a different sound, short versus how short. So when they're real short and close together, like this one here, you're going to make a higher pitch noise. Almost reminds me of like a school fire alarm or a fire alarm in a building, that high pitch noise. So he started playing with this idea of how they started making noise and then how that affected his design of them. So he knew the shorter and tighter they would come together, he would place them together, would produce a different sound. So that also affected how he thought about how the overall look and design would be. So this one could be shortcut grass, you know, all types of things. Very abstract. Okay, so you really have to use your imagination there. Okay. The looser they are, the heavier pieces up top make the sound of bells, grandfather clocks, that kind of noise. And they're looser, so then the vibrations move down. And then this piece here, are thinner and lighter and looser. So almost as if that piece and the shorter piece, this is the noise it would make had he had made them looser and maybe perhaps thinner pieces. Okay. You can see the design work of his base. He chose for his base here, instead of just having a square or rectangle for the support base, he added sort of a pattern here or a design here that he made. Almost looks like maybe a lily pad, okay, or a shape here, or an abstract, just a very organic shape. Okay. So he wanted to mix it up a little bit. Instead of having your traditional square or rectangle base, a lot of sculpture has some form of base, whether it's going to be the support system. So that's another area of design that the sculpture artist has to think about. Not only the piece that they create, but how is the base that's going to support it going to play a role in the overall design? Is it going to take away from the design? Is it going to add to the design? Is it something they want you to see, or is it something they want hidden? They might want to figure out a way of hiding the base so that you can't see it. So it just looks like it's freestanding on its own. In college, I had to take a design class, sculpture classes I took, and I had to think about the bases. Not only what I was going to create, but also how was it going to look overall with the base. Did I want a traditional base that was going to support it, or did I want to kind of mix it up a little bit and create something different? Okay.